Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, Bob, of course.
In our humble opinion. Today, Brad, we're going to talk about during workouts, you're always going to want to avoid this one thing, which can cause back pain.
And this one thing is done quite commonly and unknowingly to many people what really is going on with their back.
We see it all the time, and we know we're going to get a little blowback on this.
Yes, we are.
Because there's some people that are, nah, you're crazy. I've done these my whole life, and I've only had 2 surgeries on my back. So,
actually, we've got some good anecdotal evidence and scientific.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll go over both of those. But before we do that, please take a second from your day and subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, take one more second and go over to the Facebook and like us, because Brad and I, as children, it's so sad. I cry just about every time I think about it. We're picked on as children, and now we're trying to turn things around and have people like us.
Can we go to work, Bob?
Yeah, let's go to work. All right.
Okay, Bob, the reason that really got me going to do this video was I was at the fitness center, the YMCA where I go, and I went in this class with my wife, and we all got together, or all in the room, and we had our weights. We either could use stretch bands, or you could use
weights,
dumbbells.
Okay,
and
dumbbells.
This is what we were instructed to do. Either take your stretch band and step on it, bend forward, and we're going to work triceps. And we were doing this for tricep, and we get a little shoulder, and I guess we get a little back strengthening. Or the other option was the same thing like this. And she gave good instructions. She said, stagger your feet, arch your back, and hinge hip at the hinge like this, and then do this. So I'm thinking to myself, I didn't do them because it hurts my back, because I've got spondylolisthesis, these kind of things my back is more sensitive to, so I did something else. But I thought we really need to get this word out to people. Why is this for that tricep exercise? Or I see this a lot where people bend forward and they'll do the full barbell, and they'll do the rows like this, which is a good exercise for the arms and the shoulder. But I don't care if you can do that, arch the back and hinge from the hip and go like this. You're still putting a lot of stress on the low back and the discs.
Yeah, and this hails back to the work of Dr. Alf Nachemson. Was it first done in the 70s, Brad?
Yeah, he started in the 60s and in the 70s.
But it's been
they
redone.
Repeated it, with higher tech instrumentation to get the internal pressure of the discs while you're bending with the weight. And the lower back L5, S1, 220% increase in disc pressure.
So let's clarify this. When I'm like this, I have 100% of pressure on my disc. Now, as I lean forward like this, especially, now that was just leaning forward with a little weight, or how much?
It was like 20 kilograms. It wasn't a lot.
Yeah. So when we're saying this, now we're increasing it to 220% on your back, on the disc. If you take a weight like that, it's going to be more than 220.
Right. If you're putting dumbbells on here, and you got 50 pounds or whatever,
you might be up to 250, 300%.
Right.
So, and the other point, Brad, you wanted to make was that quite often when they tell people to do this, a lot of people can't do it correctly.
Right. If we're talking the general public, people that have not done a lot of weightlifting and are really aware of their body mechanics, a lot of people have a hard time arching the back. We call it an anterior pelvic tilt, which puts the back in a good, strong position. And then you have to bend strictly from the hips at that point, which can be really difficult because a lot of people will end up rounding their back and they think maybe they're doing the right mechanics, and they're not, and then go ahead and do it.
They may not even have the ability to. I mean, they may be so tight in the hip flexors or hip extensors that they just can't even get into that position. So they're going to be like this. So now you're even putting more pressure on the back. So Brad and I, we go for the odds on these things.
Right.
And I know one, even if you're doing everything absolutely correctly, you're going to put 220% more pressure on your back.
Right.
I mean, 220% of stress on your back.
Yeah, and actually on the disc.
On the disc.
Which is the tissue, or what's going to herniate, which is a big
bulge
problem.
In between. I mean, these are the serious problems you get with your back. These aren't the minor strains. These are the pains that can press on a nerve and send pain all the way down your leg.
Right.
So,
and again, you go into these classes where there's the general people come in,
right.
and you know, their moms, their husbands, they just want to come in to get healthy, you know, for 50 minutes and then go on with their day. They're not in really studying body mechanics, and so they don't.
They're going to do it wrong.
Right.
A lot of them.
The majority.
Majority.
Right.
So what's some of the other exercises, Brad? Because I thought you had one more too. You with the barbell, with the dumbbell, and you did them all, didn't you?
Right. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. We can review them once again. Now there is one way if you want to do your triceps like this. Don't do both at the same time. If you have something to put weight on here,
Yeah. Now you've just taken all the stress off your back by doing it this way.
So you're going to unload your back through this arm, and then you can do that. And, you know, and that's good. And you can do that also with the resistance band and here. So that's acceptable, okay? And that takes a lot of stress off the back.
And that's something I teach throughout the day, Brad, even. When you're going to lift something up, if you can grab onto something and go like this takes a tremendous amount of stress off the back. We also teach even people that have to bend over for long periods of time, put their elbows on their knees.
Right.
And that takes stress off the back too. So.
Yeah, so there's a lot of little tricks. Yeah. But the biggest thing, you know, if you want to do that exercise, we've got another video on how to strengthen your triceps correctly and without going through these
They also have those, like if you want to do these, they have those benches that you lay on and you can pull up. I have one of myself.
At your house?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, I bought one.
Yeah, you can get an incline bench, and I've seen people do that.
Yeah, you've got your chest on there, and your back is supported, and you're going to pull up like that. So.
Okay, what do you say, Bob?
Well, Brad and I can fix just about anything.
Except for
a broken heart.
You better believe it. But we're working on it.
We're working on it.
And we're not going to stop either.
That's right. Thanks.